beaver Good afternoon and welcome to the Bulldog Sports Network. This afternoon, the 10th-ranked Bulldogs host the Eastern Oregon Mountaineers in the last regular season game of the 2023 season. I'm Wally Feld along with analyst Mike Miller and our producer Brett Wiebe. Now, Mike, this game is kind of going to go down in the history books.
We certainly hope so. This should be the final Frontier Conference home game played on this field for the Montana Western Bulldogs. With any luck, we're going to have the new sports complex up on the campus, just south of the campus, ready for football for next year.
We need to say regular. We have to make sure regular season, but we'll leave the playoff game just kind of hanging out.
Yes, so we've got to take care of business in this game before we start thinking about any more games down the line.
Well, it's also, we're also saluting 13 Bulldog seniors. And we're also saluting a large group of men and women who served our country over the years. This is Veterans Day, and we want to send out our thank you to all the vets who may be watching and listening along the way and enjoying some great Frontier Conference football. This is a football day.
Yes, a little bit windy, a little bright sunlight, overcast, but it's certainly not going to be so hot that the offensive and defensive linemen will get so tired.
Well, there's the fans are starting to filter in because the tailgate section of Vigilante Field grows every week, and I know the Alumni and Friends had a special deal for alumni, and there's a lot of alumni coming back for this game. They want to be a part of history too. And did they have the coin toss, or are they about ready to?
About to do it now. They're introducing the captains to each other.
These two teams have already met once.
Yes.
They met in the opening game of this season in La Grande. Okay, let's see how this got. Okay, there's the coin, hits the ground.
And Western won the toss. They're going to defer, and so Eastern Oregon will select their end to defend.
That used to be the rarity when you would defer a kick.
Yeah.
Now it's normal when you see someone who actually wants to receive the ball in the opening kickoff after winning the toss. You kind of wonder exactly what's going on.
So the team captains, Reese Arntz, Tanner Harrell, Cameron Rouser, and Braden Smith. Those are the Bulldog. So right now, kicking team heading out there, and I see the challenge cadets are filling the just beyond the end zone, and they will be there to tell us whether the ball actually goes through the uprights or not.
I was going to say, it's like, you said you weren't going to really accept the fact that if the extra point in the field goal was good or bad until they raise their hands up in the air.
They have to give me the official signal. I'm sorry, these guys in the black and white, so when the challenge kids are here, they will tell us whether it's good or not.
Well, why don't you run through the Bulldog starters on defense before the kickoff?
Well, as I said, with our captains out there, number 99, Tanner Harrell's the nose tackle. He's a 6'1", 300-pounder from Shepherd. Number 24, Brandon Amesback is a 6'3", 260 senior out of Browning, Montana. And the other defensive tackle is Reese Arntz. He's a 6'2" senior from Battle Mountain in Nevada. Our linebackers, Briar Munson is a 6'1" junior out of Buell, Idaho. He's number 91. 36 is Brayton Smith. He's from Whitehall. 18 is Cameron Rouser out of Townsend, Montana. And Keegan Mufich is number 28. He's out of Butte. Our corners are Romeo Simpson and A.J. Ulrichs. And Aiden Prado and Brady Mounts are the safeties.
And there's the kickoff way out.
Yeah. And that's easy now. They bring the ball out to the 25-yard line.
You always wonder why someone tries to return it. They catch it at the 5, and why do you return it?
Yeah, you can even fair catch that thing now.
Well, Angel Navarte, the kicker, he's a specialist. He kicks off, and I'm sure if something would happen to Mears, he would step into the extra point kicking duties.
So Quincy Glasper, 6'3", junior, brings the Mountaineers in. And flat pass out to the right. Speed demon there. Gets it all the way out to the 49-yard line.
I remember the Bulldogs, a lot at stake for them today. They right now are in a tie with College of Idaho for the conference championship and also possible playoff berth.
Oh, dropped that one.
And
right
I know
at the 50-yard line.
Norse had talked about yesterday, talking to him, that Eastern Oregon is scaring the fact that he doesn't want to say helter skelter, but they run all kinds of different things, all kinds of different ways, and it makes things very interesting for your defense.
Yeah, and this is a team that can surprise people because they've never really been blown out in this season, even though their record is 2-7 overall, 2-5 here in the Frontier Conference.
Was that Aiden or Peterson? Is it 28 or 26? They kind of rotate those running backs in. Anyway, he ran for exactly a -1 yard.
Yep.
So good by the Bulldog front. As they say, everything happens in a football game happens first in that box. So 3rd and 11 for the Eastern Oregon Mountaineers. Quincy Glasper is quarterback, and Anthony Peterson.
Good coverage.
Oh, and almost intercepted. That was A.J. Ehrlichs with the coverage, and he came really close to having it would have been a pick six if he would have got it. Now, you a DB in your
yes.
football career?
Well, as you call a career, yeah, I played defensive back mostly.
How many picks did you have in your career?
There are so few of them, I can probably remember exactly what happened. Eli Norris on the return.
Oh, and he wiggles for a little space. He turned what could have been a disastrous return into an almost disastrous return.
Taken down by Parker Robinson from LeGrand, Oregon. You've been to LeGrand.
Beautiful town.
It's a beautiful city right there on the interstate between Boise and on the way to Portland.
Well, our old buddy Rob Cashel, commissioner of the Cascade Conference, he was longtime athletic director at Eastern Oregon, and he was my host for a few days there a number of years ago. And I told him, as we were in town, I felt like I was kind of in Dillon, the way that it's laid out.
Palandry went to Eli Norris. Looks like first down territory out by the 35-yard line.
Well, Norris, he did something of historic nature. I'm not exactly sure of the exact years, but he was the first Bulldog in a number of years to return a punt for a touchdown. He's the Bulldogs' leading scorer. He has 12 touchdowns. Palandry back to pass.
Getting a good solid rush.
Oh, and the only one open on the sidelines was an Eastern Oregon Mountaineer where the ball was. So a little bit overthrown.
No, I think he caught that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, they're moving the markers.
Did I get my eyes checked just a little while ago? Sorry about that, guys. So 1st and 10 Bulldogs from their own, we'll call it the 38. Handoff right up the middle.
And that is Jake Humphrey.
Oh, and he is quick.
Not quite first down territory.
He comes from good athletic stock.
Yes.
His dad will be inducted into the Bulldog Football Hall of Fame next year, and his mom went in as a volleyball player with the 1998 championship team.
And Jake, we're going to see a lot of him today because the other Bulldog running back has been injured.
Pete Gibson
Pete Gibson
broke his hand. I'm kind of anxious to see DJ Kervin in there, too. Remember the last time we saw him?
He's got tremendous speed. Okay, we got the Beaverhead County High School wide receivers out here to the right. Eli right on the sideline at the 50. John Kirkley, yard off the line of scrimmage.
Kirkley had 3 touchdown catches last week in the big win over Carroll. Oh!
And there he was going to have another long gain, but the ball was just slightly behind him. I think Palandri's getting a lot of time.
That's the one thing I've noticed about the Bulldogs' offensive line, which each game they seem to have, they just notch it up one more time. And it's a big set of crew.
Dylan Shipley, Kirkley, and Norris all out here to the right.
Kirkley and Shipley both had teeters last week against Carroll. And John Kirkley picks up a first down.
Brought down by Jason Grant. Grant has had 2 interceptions this year, and last week he had 10 tackles, including a sack. So he not only can cover you on the pass, he is a fine, fine tackler.
Well, if you remember, Eastern Oregon has had some very fine defensive players. In fact, several in the last few years have got Defensive Player of the Year.
And I think wasn't there Jason Billingsley? He's in
Jace.
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 He is a graduate and playing in the NFL.
I think he was coached by a Western person, too.
That I would not know. But the
First and 10 Bulldogs. Ball marked at the Eastern Oregon 39-yard line. 10:26 remaining first quarter. Bulldogs with their first possession.
3-man rush for the Mountaineers, and they stop them a little. Looks like that tush push.
Yeah,
in
but
the NFL.
Don't you do the tush push like with 1 yard to go? I'm not sure if the tush push works when you're first and 10, but I could be wrong. He did pick up 2 yards, so that's not bad.
So now they bring out an outside rusher on the right. And they very quickly move. But they do have that rusher.
Palandri back to pass, and pass is caught and picked up.
That's by Shipley, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Shipley over there.
And he signals first down, so I guess he's right.
Well, and then he was polite. He threw the ball to the official after he did the official's job for him. So first and 10 Bulldogs. I guess you could officially say they are in the red zone. Ball marked, at the 19-yard line of Eastern?
About the 16-yard line? No, I can't see.
Palandri back to pass again. He has Shipley picks up. I think he's got another first down.
And good coverage. I mean, the tacklers were there right away, but Palandri is having a field day so far.
Well, and the Eastern Oregon, they can't concentrate on one receiver because there's a bunch of talented kids out there who know how to catch the football. Norris is spread way out to the right all by himself. Palandri with Humphrey in the backfield.
Left tackle. Went right over the left tackle.
Humphrey.
I don't think he got in.
No, I think he got stopped about the 1 or 2 yard line. Good pressure by Eastern Oregon. I think Sam Cadenas was in on the stop. Looks like he is defensive end for the Mountaineers. Second and goal now for the Bulldogs. Ball on the 3, and somebody. I think that's the tush push you were talking about.
Palandri is in, isn't he?
Yeah, quarterback, and I think you were right. that was the tush push. He got some help from the big old lineman behind him, and the Bulldogs on the board first, 6-0, 7:37 remaining in the first quarter. John Mears stepping in to kick the extra point. No youth challenge down there, Mike.
Nope, you're going to have to take the official's word for it, I guess.
Kick is up. Kick is good. So, 7:37 remaining. It's the Bulldogs 7 and Eastern Oregon nothing. We'll be back with the kickoff after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
So we're not doing.
We're back at Vigilante Field. Bulldogs on the board first.
Something like that.
Yeah. They scored first on their first possession. And I met the Red Hat. We didn't met officially with names and stuff, but he was a little nervous going out there having to do the responsibilities to be the Red Hat. But I think he's doing just fine. He's got his nice orange vest on. He really does have a red hat on. Red and white hat, but it's close.
Who is it?
He is a red shirt for the Bulldogs. So Bulldogs scoring on their first possession. Eastern.
It does appear to be. Is that Mike Richardson, the back judge there?
I believe so. I think he's still well.
Yeah, I think this is probably it.
He's he retired from basketball, but I think he's still doing football. He's been an official for a long time.
Long time. Hall of Famer.
Kick is up.
It's going to be a short one.
And it's returnable.
From the 8.
Oh, broke through the first Bulldog line of attack, and Mountaineers are going to have excellent field position. They'll start this one on about the 43-yard line, their own 43.
I see Braden Swank with a headset on, 0 right down on about the 45-yard line. He broke his collarbone earlier this year and is still sideline.
So 1st and 10 Mountaineers. Quincy Glasper, the junior from Stockton, California, back to pass. And he connects Walker Camp. 6'4", 200-pound senior from LeGrand, and yes, he is the son of head coach Tim Camp, and he picks up a Mountaineer Mountaineer first down. And the Mountaineers are in Bulldog territory at about the 44.
In that first game, Glasper threw for 258 yards and 2 touchdowns. Oh, and he rolls out to his left, and it is a reception.
Colton Kelsey with the catch, and there was no Bulldog DBs around him anywhere. He was all by himself. So a little bit of a breakdown in the Bulldog defensive backfield. And all coaches say the best pass defense is a good pass rush. And Mr. Glasper had all kinds of time to throw back there.
And again, there's just a 3-man rush from the Bulldogs.
Glasper rollout now. This one is caught. I believe that is by Malachi Spurrier. And there's a flag now. I just saw a late flag come out.
Malachi Spurrier had 8 receptions in the ball game last weekend, that Southern Oregon game, and he also had 119 yards and a touchdown, including one that went for 90 92 yards.
Wow. I get tired just thinking about having to run 92 yards. Oh. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Bulldogs, which will put the Mountaineers deeper into Montana Western Country. Up front for the Mountaineers, James Gray, Tanner Nett, Trey Darden, Carson Brown, who's been around the Frontier for a number of years. He's a graduate senior for the Mountaineers. And Ramsey Herring, that's the up front boys for Eastern Oregon. Now, did they not accept the penalty? I don't get it. It was personal foul, but it's second down.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. I'm sure there's an explanation. We just don't have it. 2nd and 6 now. Little toss out to the Mountaineers. And, Parker Robinson picks up big yardage. He picks up the Mountaineer first down.
5'10", 190-pound junior right there from LeGrand.
Mountaineers have seemed to come up with a number on this drive. Everything they try works against that Bulldog defense.
And then the penalty, of course.
I still don't get it, though. Penalty, but it was second down. We don't have an analyst on the field that can go get that for us either. Nice little out pass to which receiver as he gets up off the ground and runs back into the side. I think that was Walker Camp.
I think so too.
And he picked up a couple yards. We'll give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and 8 for the Mountaineers, and they are camped in Bulldog territory at about the 19-yard line. Sorry.
Looks like Aiden Peterson.
And he got decent second down yard. Well, I guess not. I guess they stopped his progress, and that's only maybe a yard they're going to give him. So we'll say 3rd and 7 now for the Mountaineers in Bulldog country. They are in the Bulldog red zone. And here comes the 3rd down bell at Vigilante Field. Remember, this is the last regular season football game to be played at Vigilante Field for the Bulldogs. Back to pass.
Yeah, and I think it's good right down to the 10.
I don't think that's going to be good enough for a first down, though. So do you go for it or do you kick? Well, maybe you're going to go for it. You only have a yard to go. And nothing to lose.
Bulldogs bring in, Ames back is in there. Harrell, I believe, is in there. Quarterback sneak?
I would say so.
No.
Nope, they hand off. And I think he picked it up. I think, was that Aiden Patterson?
That's number 42.
Not on the depth chart, probably on the roster. So 1st and goal now for Eastern Oregon. Threatening the Bulldogs. Bulldogs already lead 7-0. They scored on their first possession. And the Mountaineers getting set, or hopefully for the Mountaineers to answer that.
If that was number 42, that was Waylon Rydell. He's a freshman out of Estacada, Oregon, my mother's hometown.
Oh, quarterback sack. Tanner Harrell?
Nope, Munson.
Munson. Defensive player of the week. No, that was 91. Who is 90? Oh, that's our boy from Dillon.
Walker.
Tyler Walker with the quarterback sack. 2nd and goal, Bulldogs.
reverse. And good tackle there. No, 91 was Briar Munson. Walker is 90.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. You mean 91 right here?
Yeah.
I was looking at the defensive front. So 3rd and goal. And I'm thinking this is 4-down country, wouldn't you say, for them? They don't have anything to lose.
Went for it the last times. And I think they're called a timeout.
Quincy Glasper looked at the Bulldog defense and looked over to the sidelines and called a timeout. Now you can have you can read something, one of your wonderful.
When looking for Bulldog gear, there's only one stop for you to make on campus, and that's the Montana Western Bookstore. You'll find a great selection of Bulldog sweatshirts, t-shirts, jackets in adult, young adult, toddler, and even infant sizes. Keep your head in Bulldog style with caps, hats, and winter beanies. Decorate the game room with Bulldog pennants, flags, and even a national championship banner. Everything Bulldog is in one convenient location on the Montana Western campus. Stop by the bookstore on the south end of campus in the Student Union Building, open Monday through Friday from 7:30 in the morning to 5 p.m. And they actually have a booth here. They've got a trailer with some of the gears from the bookstore here for the football game.
Well, and I see lots of those beanies you were talking about.
Well, I think people were thinking that it might get cold today, but the sun has come out, illuminating the backs of the football players and the cheerleaders down here directly in front of us. And the Eastern Oregon guys are looking up into the sun.
Okay, 3rd and goal now for Eastern Oregon. Quincy Glasper in shotgun formation. He's back to pass. Timing pattern goes over the head of the Eastern Oregon receiver.
Now what do you do? It's 4th down, and you are at the 5-yard line.
I think the kicking team is coming out.
That makes sense to me.
Now, does Youth Challenge have to signal this one too?
I think so.
Ethan Cutler will attempt the kick for the Mountaineers.
Oh, I don't think he made it.
Oh, he did?
The challenge guys didn't help me.
Well, maybe their contract is only with Montana Western.
Maybe.
Well, regardless, there's 1:10 remaining in the first quarter. It's Montana Western 7 and Eastern Oregon 3. We'll be back with more Frontier Conference football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Montana Western, our flexible schedule and focus on learning through experience are just right for your world today. Experience 1, where you take one course at a time for 18 days and then move on to your next course, is designed to work for you, whether you plan to come to campus, want to stay close to home, or if you need to earn your degree while working or raising a family. And Montana Western is the most affordable university in Montana. Experience the difference, only at University of Montana Western.
We're back at Vigilante Field. 7-3 the score. Mountaineers on the board on their second possession with the field goal and about ready to kick off to the Bulldogs.
And
Cody Tanioka.
he is back for the Bulldogs to receive the kickoff.
You know, no matter how many times I practice
That's right.
their names, I apologize to his relatives listening. This is returnable.
Oh, good bounce into his hands. Oh, good tackle right there. Good one-on-one tackle. That's number 83 for Eastern Oregon.
Colton Kessie. He's a wide receiver for the Mountaineers. So Bulldogs begin possession number 2 on their own 21-yard line. And it looks like Curvin is in the line back at running back.
They shift over again.
Palandri back to pass. Here comes a little blitz action. Palandri gets out of it. Oh, and right through the hands of Shipley.
That's pass a little bit high.
Shipley's 6 foot, but I think 7 foot would have been more apropos height for him to get that.
Juan Avalos on the coverage, number 33.
2nd and 10 now for Montana Western, leading 7-3 over Eastern Oregon. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Hand off to Curvin, and he gets bottled up by the Eastern Oregon defense after maybe a couple-yard pickup.
Just a little bit of hesitation there. Cut back into the tackler. He is so quick, he can bounce it to the outside.
Well, I remember against Lewis and Clark that got that 75-yarder in. So 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
And it trips down here to the right.
And their ball is marked at the Bulldog 22. Palandri back to pass and caught.
Shipley
Picks up the first down for the Bulldogs. You know, as a quarterback, that must be kind of a nice feeling to know you've got 3 reliable targets out there.
Well, Shipley led all the receivers against Carroll. He had 133 yards, and I think that's
the end of the first quarter. So after 1 quarter of football, it's Montana Western 7, Eastern Oregon 3. We'll be back with the second quarter on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Thing that I look forward to seeing is just the smile on everyone's faces the day it's done, and that doesn't matter, football, track, anybody on this campus, anybody in this town, the smile on people's faces is going to impact everyone, and it's going to bring new faces to the community, and a lot of people are going to have something to be proud of, and I'm really excited to see the smile on everyone's faces, including myself, my family, everyone that's been with me for my journey. I'm really excited for everyone to get to see this new built stadium that Bulldogs for generations are going to get to play on.
We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium. Hey, we got to send a little good luck sign out to our Bulldog volleyball team. In about 20 minutes, they'll be playing Rocky Mountain College for the Frontier Conference Championship. Our volleyballers beat Northern in the first round and then beat Montana Tech 3-0 in the semifinals, and they're playing for all the Frontier Conference volleyball marbles in about 20 minutes in Great Falls. Palandri back to pass now and wide open.
Oh,
and
that's Eli Norris.
Eli Norris, no one is going to catch him. He was 10 to 15 yards in front of every defender.
I don't see any flags.
Well, you're looking awful hard. Are you trying to find a flag?
I am. Yeah, Norris,
and see, that's, you know, you're the quarterback and you're looking and you see.
See, they have, okay, now they're moving the down markers. So until then, you know, that was from the 34. That's a 66-yard pass and catch.
Well, that's his 11th touchdown. And I just saw a T-shirt come down.
Yes, and those T-shirts are wrapped up heavy. It would knock me out.
Heavy linen, not heavy metal, heavy linen.
I'm working the front, and someone turned in a phone at the outside, and it was over there.
You can go all the way.
Just head on
A young man came in, tried to give me a cell phone. Did you see? Someone's lost a cell phone and it's been recovered, so they'll announce it through the public address, not through us.
Are we back? Oh, sorry. I'm not. My eyes are wandering around the stadium with all the people, and Brett Wiebe says, "Oh, that youth challenge signal it."
Youth challenge said it's good.
Okay. Okay, so the Bulldogs quickly on the board, and let's keep it here. Let's keep it here for the break between touchdowns this time, and let's say thank you to some of the Bulldog seniors, the 13 seniors that are that are playing their final regular season game in the Bulldog red and black. Number 18, Cameron Rouser. Number 21, Hercule Latu. Number 24, Jaden Amasu. And we have a little kind of a thing at the volleyball matches. Jaden is sometimes the ball boy, and he has the help of his little daughter to help out, and it's the cutest thing. Guys don't like to say cute very often, but I would say cute about that. Number 36, Braden Smith. Number 45, Ben Howerton. Number 50, Sam Potosny. Number 56, Zach Rouse. Number 76, Kellen Jones. Number 90, Reese Arts. Number 91, there's your friend Briar Monson, who I accused of not being on the field. Number 99, Tanner Harrell. Student assistant coach Aiden Prieto. And number 94, Tanner Harrell. We just recovered the phone that had been lost. And once again, they came to us first. We must have that look like we know everything.
Oh,
Are you getting tangled, as Bob Dylan said, all tangled up?
yes.
He talks about tangled up in blue.
He makes a lot of money, but I don't think he sings very well.
Not in person.
No.
I like his records, but Mike's made a friend. Mike's made a friend down there.
Kickoff's going to go into, a little short, so they're going to return it from the 4-yard line.
Well, he's kicking directly into the wind, so. Oh, and he finds room, breaks a couple of tackles. Boy, I tell you, whoever the special teams coach is for the Bulldogs, he's going to have some extra work to do with these his players, because Eastern Oregon has had 3 really good returns, 2 punts and a kickoff return, and they're starting off once again in great field position. Ball marked at their own 45-yard line.
They got some speed in that receiving core.
Well, and how he zigged and zagged and got away from everybody.
Oh, the rush. That's Braden Smith out of Whitehall knocking down that ball. You can see him coming.
Well, Coach North said that he's been really proud of the defenders because they're 2 or 3 deep in each position, and they seem to get better each week. And the linebackers like it too because they don't have to work quite as hard. But for the long time, Western was linebacker U. Would you say now linebacker U with a smattering of defensive linemen too?
Yeah, those 3 up front are pretty good. And
another slap down.
Just knocked it down. That one was from Reese Arntz. So they're coming off the left side of the Mountaineers' offensive line.
So 3rd and 10 Mountaineers, ball still marked at the Bulldog or at their own 45, just underway in the second quarter with the Bulldogs leading 14-3.
Glasper is a pretty good quarterback, averaging 38 yards per game. Just having a little tough time here on this drive.
He's back to pass now and
nice.
finds somebody right over the middle. Bulldog defenders right there. He breaks a couple of tackles. Boy, I tell you, Andre Martinez did some nifty running there after he caught that, and he is close to a first down.
Yeah, they'll go.
So they're going
to
yeah.
Oh, I'd look out for a fake here. I don't know that they have one set up, but
Tanner Shuddick is the punter. Norris lets it go into the end zone. Now that it's back on the 25 now, right?
Yep.
So 1st and 10 Bulldogs from the 25. They've scored on both of their possessions so far. Touchdowns on both. And Mr. Norris, he had the closest defenders basically to him were the U Challenge kids. I mean, he had some nifty moves to get that open.
I think they spread out their receivers so far that the defense was on the sideline, and Norris came across the middle. Coming out of that slot position, he's usually against the safety there. He's just so much quicker, so much faster. Corners can probably run with him, but safeties might not be able to.
Palandri now back to pass again for the Bulldogs, and he's being chased around, finally gets the ball out, and
out of bounds. We had a hold on Eli Norris right down here. Well, I won't say that because they didn't call it.
And didn't Mr. Norris tell the officials that he had been held? Very politely, Mr. Official.
The young one would be very polite. The older one might not be.
Thank goodness for Tracy.
She's up here in the stands.
So 2nd and 10 Bulldogs. Ball marked at their own 20. Oh, and there's big move, big run up there. Is that Curvin or that's Humphrey?
That's Humphrey again.
He's got that burst of speed. He makes that opening and then he goes boom, he's gone. And he picks up a Bulldog first down. So this is the kind of offense that you like to have on your team, but the defense hates because they're potent both through the air and on the ground. You're not really sure what to defend.
And both teams have rolled up some yardage here. Bulldogs just have managed to score. It was a low-scoring event at LeGrand. It was 3-zip. Oh, he caught that one. Absolutely.
John Kirkley, whose dad just passed us, Jack Kirkley, retired biology professor from the college. I'm trying to see where I see he's taking pictures down there.
He went up and caught that with both hands and danced right along the sideline.
Well, Kirkley, 6'2", 185-pounder.
And as you said, he had 3 touchdowns last weekend against Carroll College, and that what I consider a huge upset.
He could be a sportscaster too. Oh, Humphrey jigs in right through the middle there, zigzag. Now, I'm not sure his dad was a really good linebacker. I'm not sure where he got his football moves.
A tackle by Joey Gutierrez.
And it's another Bulldog first down. Norse is spread way out to the, nope. Kirkley is way out to the right. Norse a little on the inside.
And so now they've got a safety against Norse. They get the corner against Kirkley.
Oh, Humphrey, shoestring tackle there by the...
Josh Mendoza.
He just stuck his hand out and got just enough of Humphrey that he only picked up 2 yards. You even give him 2 yards.
Last week, Mendoza had 16 tackles.
Whoa.
Including 1.5 for a loss. Outstanding defensive play last week against Southern Oregon.
Wow. Palandri back to pass again. Quick toss to Norse. Norse finds the sidelines, and he's zipped out, and he's going to have another touchdown.
What great blocking.
Norris gets his second touchdown of the afternoon, and that gives him 13?
I think so. No,
13
maybe
for the
14.
year? 14 for the year?
Oh, they
Oh, he
said he stepped out of bounds.
okay, no touchdown. Sorry. Scratch that off your record books.
Well, he got a great pass from Kipperin, or a great block.
Well, I'm trying to see where the ball is exactly marked. The scoreboard doesn't. Oh, there it is. It's on the 3. So first and goal from the Mountaineer 3. And Palandri's going to walk in for a
Yes,
score.
yeah.
So Michael Palandri on the board as a touchdown carrier for
Oh,
Montana Western.
No, a penalty. And I don't know whether it's on us. It looked like someone was.
Oh, they're talking to an
Pushing
Eastern
each other.
Oregon player, so it won't be a touchdown if it's on the Bulldogs. It'll be planted 10 yards backwards.
It might be after the.
Oh, personal foul. Personal foul on the Mountaineers, and that will be enforced on the kickoff. So Palandri gets the touchdown.
Untouched.
Bulldogs up 20-3.
All right, let's see the
Okay,
challenge cadets. have
I'm going
it.
to start watching them now too. I'm not going to say anything till
We get the official.
yes.
Yeah.
Kick is up. Kick is good.
I think
Yeah. Well, there was at least 25 of them
20 officials there. A 21-3 lead for the Bulldogs.
with 10:52 remaining in the first half, and we'll be back with more Bulldog football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
My name is Matt Allen. I'm the Director of Admissions at the University of Montana Western. Montana Western is the only U.S. public institution in the country that operates on a block scheduling model called Experience One. Instead of your semester looking like this in a traditional system, the block schedule at Montana Western looks like this. This innovative approach allows students to really focus on that one homework area, have one final, communicate with one professor. More importantly, there's one professor communicating with that class. The big difference between Montana Western and other institutions is that our students typically have 2 to 3 years of experience in their field of study. And it's experience that employers and grad schools are looking for. And like I said, it's experience that a lot of college students don't typically have at that point in time in their academic career. Student success is our top priority, so our faculty and staff are here to help students through their entire student experience.
Vigilante Field getting ready for the kickoff. And Mike, what else is happening around the frontier today?
Well, number 22, Montana Tech, is in Helena to take on the 16th ranked Carroll College Saints. MSU Northern is all the way over in Billings to take on Rocky Mountain College. And number 5, College of Idaho, is at Southern Oregon in Ashland, Oregon, in the far southeast corner, or southwest corner.
Well, I know you're going to talk about Eastern Oregon's history a little bit later on, but do you realize Eastern Oregon is the only four-year school on the eastern side of the state
That's
of
right,
Oregon?
yeah. They call it the Rural College, Rural University, and it attracts students especially from the eastern side of the state. I mean, they're closer to Boise, Idaho than they are to Portland. I think Pendleton is on the interstate as well, further west of Pass La Grande.
Well, actually, you know, if we would go right over the mountains here, it's not very far away.
Yeah. Okay, the wind has blown the ball off the tee.
So how many, okay,
Yeah,
so
they're not going to waste any time.
they just have somebody come out?
Yeah.
Is there a set number of times that can happen?
I don't think so.
Okay, Bulldogs up 21-3 over the Mountaineers, 10:52 remaining in the first half. Bulldog kicked off at the 50 because of the personal foul penalty, and it goes into the end zone. Little English on that one. I wish my wedge shots would do that in golf. You know, hit it, spin, and go back. So the Mountaineers, they scored on their second possession with the field goal, but They haven't done much offensively since then, so I'm sure Tim Camp and his offensive coordinator are putting their heads together trying to get something rolling for that Mountaineer offense. Bulldogs 10th ranked in the NAIA.
And for Glasper up underneath the center this time.
And he's going to roll out, fades back to pass, and he's going for it all.
And has a lot of arm.
Well, the official was open out there.
I think that wide receiver was open as well.
Except it was overthrown.
Overthrown.
Andre Martinez, some serious speed in that one from Lake Oswego, Oregon. He already has one touchdown this season. 15 catches for 170 yards. So 2nd and 10 now, Bulldogs, or Mountaineers. I looked at the red and black and said Bulldogs.
That's Davis. And
batted down.
Again?
Yes. I think it's,
Is it Smith again?
I think it was Mufich. Came around from his linebacker position on a blitz and blew it down, or slammed it down. He heard us talking about volleyball, and he had the perfect swing for volleyball. So 3rd and 10 now, Eastern Oregon. Ball is marked at their own 25-yard line. Back to pass now. Oh, and caught by Camp. Walker Camp picks up the Mountaineer first down, ball all the way out to the Mountaineer. They're going to mark it at the Mountaineer 44-yard line. And the Mountaineers are Cook, William Nash, and Glasper. Handoff up the middle and brought down, let's see now, who was that? Peterson with the carry, and he's brought, let's see.
Monson was the, number 91 was the tackler.
And now.
And they're rotating those defensive linemen. Look like somebody's coming out every play.
Brandon Amesback in there now. And I know talking to Tanner Harrell this weekend, he was saying that was one of the things that a fumble.
No, I think
he just lost it before he went down.
Yeah.
I saw Amesback fall on, looked like he fell on the football.
Oh, you may be right, because the offensive lineman's the last one to get up.
Well, it's 3rd, and we'll call it 3.
And and 42, that's the kid from Estacada that we have, Waylon Rydell. Got first down. That reception, I think that's Race.
Well, and he caught that with inches to spare for the first down. At first I thought the official was doing the old juggling thing, but I think he was trying to move the chains.
I think so.
So 1st and 10 Mountaineers.
At the 45-yard line of the Bulldogs.
8:36 remaining in the first half. Mountaineers trail 21-3. Handoff up the middle, finds some nice yardage.
And again, the push. Yeah, the officials need to blow the whistle because someone's going to get bent over, pulled backwards, or hurt.
Stepped on, or
Yeah.
I think these guys have been watching too much NFL. About a 6-yard carry, and getting up the bottom of the pile was Anthony Peterson for the Mountaineers. So he had a nice carry there.
Looks like Cody Colvin in. He's a freshman out of Pocatello for the Bulldogs, number 97. We're getting some new numbers here.
Glasper,
That's Davis in motion.
another handoff, and another good tackle up front by the Bulldogs.
And he may have lost just a little bit.
Trying to see who got up off. I think it was, we have a number 17. He's not on my depth chart.
For the Bulldogs?
Yeah.
No.
Or
It's 97.
so 3rd and 4.5 for the Mountaineer first down. 7 minutes exactly left to play in the first half. Back to pass. Here comes. Oh, and he might have had a little running room, but he couldn't handle it. Looks like he tried to run with it before he caught it. Parker Robinson, and gave the defenders a chance to catch up to him.
And the wind has picked up dramatically here. The vests of the down marker crew, they're flopping in the wind.
Look at the American flag. It's
Standing
full out.
Straight out. 4th. And as this camp here is wide here against.
Oh, he
he's
broke
gone.
through.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh, they're saying not a touchdown.
So
That Anthony Peterson.
nice run.
Yeah.
He broke several tackles.
And I would say Coach Martello is not going to be happy with poor blocking. I see a lot of recruits along the sideline down here. Some 3 over there from Preston, Idaho. What's Preston, Idaho famous for?
Sergeant Preston of the Mounties.
No. Napoleon Dynamite was filmed
Oh,
in Preston. And he stopped at the goal line.
so 2nd and goal for the Mountaineers. Ball on the 1.
And I think it moved back.
So maybe a loss of 1 on the play? Well, no, they say it's still at 1, and this one's a loss, though.
Yeah. That's Riddell, big running back, and stopped there. Now it's 3rd down. Looks like Reese Arndt's back in there for the Bulldogs.
So 3rd and goal for the Mountaineers. Ball marked at the Bulldog, we'll call it the 2-yard line.
Everybody man-to-man in the defensive backfield.
Oh, they tried to pass it.
Brought down. That one's outside the 10-yard line. Big loss.
And that was number 91 for the Bulldogs in on that one. And I believe that's Tyler Walker, isn't it? Or
No, that's
no, it's Brant
Monson.
Munson.
Okay, and here's the field goal attempt.
That's tough on the Mountaineers to have put a nice little drive together and have to settle for a field goal.
Ethan Cutler.
Kick is up, and kick is good. So, with 4:19 left to play in the first half, it's Montana Western 21, Eastern Oregon 6. More Bulldog football coming up on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Vigilante Field. Our score, Montana Western 21, Eastern Oregon 6, 4:19 left to play in the first half. And as Mike said, the wind is howling. And Eastern Oregon will have the wind at their back as they kick off.
Went right over the receiver's head, bounced through the end zone.
Well, it's almost back on the track. That's one heck of a bounce.
Number 8, Taniako, he was the receiver, and it bounced right up over his head. All right, let's see.
So 1st and 10, Bulldogs.
At the 25, let's see what the Mountaineers have up their sleeve on defense, because they may have to pull something out.
Well, it's like Coach North said, they throw all kinds of different fronts and everything else at you.
Trips down here to the left, but it's
Curvin breaks one tackle, but then he's swarmed by a Mountaineer defense.
yeah. So that's going to be a loss, about 2.
Henry Diaz, the redshirt sophomore out of Burbank, California, first in on the stop. 2nd and 11 now for the Bulldogs.
Jose Medina here on the right. Look out for him. Yeah, Kirkley with the reception out to about the 29-yard line.
Yep. He picks up the lost yard and 3 or 4 more, which will bring up a 3rd and long for Montana Western. Bulldogs leading 21-6, 3:20 left to play, first half.
These 3 receivers didn't even go to the huddle.
I think they've got cutouts on the sideline that they just look over in the plays there. Palandri rolls out. Pass to...
Oh, I think they're going to call that one no good. He was bobbling the ball.
Oh, they're going to mark it.
Oh, they did.
They marked it. I guess they thought he had control as he went out of bounds.
Well, they need to get the Bulldogs back behind the white line. I'm sure that's because he ran into one of his own men.
Well, Donnie Kelch, has been a ball boy for Bulldog and Beaver football for a lot of years, and he was right there in the action. If we had him wired up, we could probably ask him exactly
That's
what
right.
happened down there. 1st and 10, Bulldogs. Curvin up the middle finds a little. Oh, he wiggles his way for about 6 or 7 yards. We talked about his low center of gravity. He can get underneath all those big linemen.
And he is quick.
So he did. He picked up about 6 on that one. So we'll call it 2nd and 4 for a Bulldog first down. Palandri with Curvin in the backfield. Oh, and Curvin, he was just a handshake away, you could say, from breaking that one big as he picked up the Bulldog first down.
Max Prazer with the tackle.
Would you call that a tackle or an ankle grab?
He got very little of him, but
got enough to pick up the first down. 1:43 left to play first half. Bulldogs lead 21-6. Palandri back to pass, and he breaks a tackle, and he just throws it out of bounds.
yeah, going way over Shipley's head.
That guy over there going up the into the bleachers with the hood on, I think he was open.
He should have had his hands up. But that's a smart move. You're in. It's a possibility you're going to get sacked for a big loss, and you throw it towards a receiver, you can't just simply throw it away.
And you don't try and make something happen when you're like that. I think that word INT comes into play when you start doing stuff like that.
And he hasn't thrown many interceptions this year. Norris on the move.
Blandry chased out of the pocket again. Oh, and Heath just throws that one into the ground, or maybe he was hit the same time he threw it.
Yeah.
Jason Grant causing havoc in the Bulldog backfield. Grant is the, how do you say that? Tanabish, Washington? Sorry, folks. They don't give us a pronunciation guide on towns. So 3rd and 10 now for the Bulldogs with 1:25 remaining in the first half.
Humphrey in the ball game now. Oh, moved him out to receiver. Now we've got
too much time, or someone moved. Or a false start. That wasn't on our list of things that they could choose from.
Huh.
So 3rd and 15 for Montana Western.
That's only the second penalty for the Bulldogs.
I think it's only that, well, it's at maybe the 3rd penalty total for the game, so it's been a pretty cleanly played first half.
Humphrey, out to Eli Norris, hesitated.
So Norris picks up about 3 yards, not enough for the Bulldog first down.
Juan Avalos with the coverage, and he kept Norris from making that break straight up the field.
So we're going to see Edward DeWart for the first time.
Yeah, first punt.
5'10" sophomore from Cutbank for the Bulldogs, averages 36.6 yards per punt.
And that's Parker Robinson back for the Mountaineers. That wind just slowing it down. But it's going to take a good bounce for the Bulldogs down to about the 17-yard line.
So 53 seconds all the time left on the clock, so the Mountaineers see if they can make with something work. But I've seen stranger things happen.
Yeah.
Touchdowns can happen at a blink of an eye.
Donnie Kelps will be working a little bit next Saturday, or next Friday night possibly, because the Beaverhead County High School upset, well, I don't know whether you upset, but they beat Fergus County High School, the defending state champions, last night, 26-14. And so...
Now, I wouldn't say upset.
No, because the Beavers were number 1 ranked in the state, but Lewistown
has a tough reputation on the football field.
They were in force.
Well, and they had interesting. There's several players on the Lewiston Town team that moved from a Class C school, 6-man football, moved over and made the step to 11-man football. Too far for them to travel from their home high school.
Oh,
there's a sack. Glasper goes down. Who gets up? Well, there's our Dillon friend.
Yes.
Tyler Walker comes up with a sack. He had 3 sacks in the Northern game.
And a timeout.
Well, you've got some words of wisdom, don't you, to share?
Montana Western would like to take this opportunity to thank Allegiance, your benefits at work, for their dedication to our program. Next time your business needs employee benefits, think of Allegiance. And I may as well just keep going. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, they're here to help you protect what matters most in life. From insurance for your autos, home, life, business, farm or ranch, to a comprehensive financial plan to help you achieve your goals for the future. Julie Bramlett and her team can help customize your coverage to fit your specific needs.
Pretty fast-paced first half.
Yeah, it's only 2:15. And you're right, that wind has come up again. That punt got caught up there, although he did try to drill it like a liner in baseball, but the wind caught it and slowed it down.
We try and do that in golf too, but I always hit it into the wind. I seem to like to do that a lot. I should learn from watching these guys. Pass back. Oh, and almost the closest receiver to that was a Bulldog defender. And was that Mufich over there?
I think that's Smith.
30, yep. Braden Smith. Oh,
Well,
remember?
we did that.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
That was me. That was me.
Yeah,
last year, wasn't it?
Braden Smith from Whitehall, Montana.
And I kept mispronouncing Braden Swank's name.
And his dad or grandpa came up and corrected us.
Somebody called from back in Washington and said, "Hey, tell that idiot what the kid's name is."
So 3rd and a mile for the Mountaineers. 42 seconds remaining on the clock, and the pass from Glasper he tried to skip like he was skipping a rock. I don't know if the wind caught it. He wasn't really pressured by the Bulldogs. Maybe he just tried to release it too fast.
Now our punt returner is clear back here at the 44-yard line because they will have a little bit of that wind.
I think that's Eli Norse. He already has a punt return this season for a touchdown.
It's going to take one hop.
And he gets it. Gets by one, now another, but then, he broke 4 tackles, and he's finally wrestled to the ground.
I heard a coach that I respect. This is a guy I respect so much. He said that Eli Norris is an elite athlete. He's a freshman, and you see what he's been doing at the Frontier Conference level. This is just an amazing young man. I hope he's a good student.
He is. He's an honor student.
And I know his mom and dad are very proud of him, although his dad gives him an awful lot of crap.
Well, Ryan did agree with us that his son was faster than he ever was on a slow day.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10, Bulldogs, 26 seconds remaining in the half.
Oh, good catch.
Kirkley catch an 8.
Goes up high.
14 seconds. This probably will be the last play, depending. Somebody called a timeout. Bulldogs call a timeout.
I think Eli Norris hurt his left arm. The Bulldog Club is the official fundraising arm for the University of Montana Western Athletics and supports more than 200 student athletes. Those athletes compete in 12 NAIA sports each year. Join today to help contribute to the current and future successes of Bulldog athletics.
Well, the sun plays peekaboo, not necessarily bringing any kind of warmth with us. It's gone now. It's cloudy out there. I guess, if you're a photographer, this is the perfect day to take pictures. The clouds offer that perfect filter.
You are a photographer, and you've never taught me any of the things that you know.
I gave you advice in buying a camera that's still in the box.
It's out of the box. Come on.
Okay, 1st and 10, Bulldogs. Second and 10, or 2nd and 7, or 3. There we go. Finally. Palandri back to pass, and Kirkley gets it and picks up the first down, but he
dropped it.
I think he had to come back for the ball.
Had to come back too far.
So it's going to be 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs. 3 seconds on the clock. So do you go for the end zone on this one, or do you just run out the clock?
I think he's going against the wind, and they got 3 guys deep. I might just run the.
Nope. Looks like he's just going to kneel down.
Yeah.
So that's going to do it for one half of football. Our score is Montana Western 21, Eastern Oregon 6. We'll be back with stats and some other stuff, and we'll do it after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
G or K at the end of that.
Montana Western, our flexible schedule and focus on learning through experience are just right for your world today. Experience One, where you take one course at a time for 18 days and then move on to your next course, is designed to work for you, whether you plan to come to campus, want to stay close to home, or if you need to earn your degree while working or raising a family. And Montana Western is the most affordable university in Montana. Experience the difference, only at University of Montana Western.
Well, we're back here at Vigilante Field. We are just shy of 7.5 minutes before the start of the second half. The Bulldogs lead 21-6. Thought we'd go over some stats here. Eastern Oregon has 8 first downs. Western has 16. And they have 45 rushing yards for the Mountaineers and 58 for Montana Western. The quarterback, Quincy Glasper, is 9 of 19 for 100 yards passing, and Michael Palandri is 13 of 19 for 219 yards and 1 touchdown. Total offensive plays, 33 for the Mountaineers and 34 for the Bulldogs. Total yards, 145 for Eastern Oregon and 277 for Montana Western. There have been no turnovers, and the only yardage returned for punts were for 2 for Montana Western for 13 yards. As I say, no turnovers, so there were no interceptions. Eastern Oregon had 3 punts, averaging 47 1/3 yards. The Bulldogs had just 1 37-yarder. No fumbles lost. There was 1 penalty for 3 yards against Eastern Oregon, and there were 1 penalty for 5 yards against Western. Possession time, 15 minutes and 55 seconds for Eastern Oregon, while the Bulldogs had the ball just 14 minutes and 5 seconds. The Bulldogs were 3 of 5 in third down, and they didn't have any fourth down efforts. And the Mountaineers were 3 of 9 in third down efficiency, and they had 1 fourth down, and that they went for and got a first down.
Okay, well, that kind of covers everything. Team-wise, Mike, did you cover individual stats? I was taking my afternoon nap. If you're not, catch your voice, and I'll take over. For the Bulldogs, Michael Palandri, 13 of 19, 219 yards, 1 touchdown. That touchdown went to Eli Norse, who has he has 110 yards receiving on 4 catches, and Eli way over the 1,000-yard mark for receiving this year.
And he came into the game with 12 touchdowns. So
yes.
He's got 13 now, and we thought he had a second one here, but they called it back.
Well, he had 10 receiving touchdowns, 1 punt return touchdown, and 1 rushing touchdown. So he's a versatile athlete. And his mom came in a little while ago looking for a program. They don't even give the coach's wife and one of the players a program. We're gonna have to talk about that with other people.
Okay, the leading rusher for the Bulldogs is Jake Humphrey. He's got 42 yards on 8 carries, so he's rushing for about 5 1/4 yards on each attempt. And for the Mountaineers, their leading rusher is Anthony Peterson. He's got 52 yards on 6 carries. And he had a 38-yard. That was his long for the first half. In the receiving, Dylan Shipley has 4 for 57 yards. John Kirkley has 5 for 52 yards. And Eli has 4 for 110, as Wally said. For Eastern Oregon, Malachi Spurrier has 2 receptions for 13 yards. Anthony Peterson has 2 for 10 yards. Walker Camp has 2 for 33 yards. Colton Kesey has 1 for 13 yards, and Andre Martinez has 2 for 31 yards. 100 yards total for Eastern Oregon. Ethan Cutler is 2 for 2 from the field goal. He's got all 6 points for the Bulldogs. John Mears has 3 extra points for the Bulldogs. Cutler is also the punter, and he's averaging 47 1/3 yards for 3 times. And Eddie Duarte of Montana Western punted just 1 time against the Wind for 37 yards. Cutler kicked off twice for 122 yards, and Angel Navarrete kicked off 4 times for 246 yards. Andre Martinez has 2 returns for 73 yards. And Kobe, that's for Eastern Oregon. Kobe Tanaka. Kobe has 1 for 12 yards. And Eli Norris has 2 punt returns for 13 yards. On defense, the Bulldogs have really handled the offense from Eastern Oregon. Eastern Oregon's had a couple of promising drives, but they have ended up with just 2 field goals. Jason Grant leads all tacklers with 7, and then Max Prazer has 5 for Eastern Oregon, and Joey Gutierrez has 4. For Montana Western, Briar Monson has 4, as does Cole Hogan. And Braden Smith from the linebacking spot has 5 to lead the Bulldog tacklers. So again, at halftime, it's 21-6. We have about 1 minute and 30 seconds to go before the second half starts.
Well, and the wind continues to blow, but we do have some good news from Great Falls. We mentioned earlier the Frontier Conference Volleyball Championship is going on right now in Great Falls, and the Bulldogs came from behind to win set number 1 by a score of 25-23, and we'll keep you posted on that score as the Bulldogs playing Rocky Mountain College for the Frontier Conference Championship. And also, we're doing a little experiencing with our technology, so occasionally you are going to see a playback, instant replay, as they say in sports circles. So be ready for that. Brett Wiebe, our producer, is working with that one now, and she's pretty excited about it when it works. It looks pretty good. So it may be happening. We're talking about the wind, the rain, the park, and other things, and the extra instant replay is on, and it's a pretty cool feature. It's especially with the big plays that happen.
Okay, we're starting off, and here is where we see the reason why the Bulldogs deferred when they won the toss. They open up the second half receiving the ball, and they are already ahead 21-6. Now, they are going against the wind right now, but in the fourth quarter, that wind should be behind the Bulldogs.
This is Montana. The wind could change.
You know, in all the years that I've spent in Dillon, that wind is the problem that I get all the time. I just hate it.
Tanner Shattuck kicking off for Eastern Oregon, and he booms one, and it's way out of bounds. That landed out of bounds. That didn't just land in the end zone and roll out of bounds. It landed way behind the goal.
When you have a good kicker and he's got the wind behind him, he can put it through there. So now they start at the 25-yard line. Let's see if there's any kind of a defensive change on the part of the Mountaineers. Let's see if they still have the 3-man rush. They've got a linebacker.
Palandri lined up at quarterback, and Humphreys to his right. And Humphrey
hit from behind the line of scrimmage, and that's Jason Grant again, the linebacker.
So they did make some adjustments, and once again, the Bulldogs also will make some adjustments. You're right, though. The receivers, they did not go into the huddle. They just stayed out there.
And it's the same 3, Kirkley, Shipley, and Norris.
Palandri back to pass, and he hits Kirkley. Kirkley wrestles for extra yardage.
And I think that's a first down. Yep, they've already started to move the chains.
And he's a little slow getting up. He says, leave me alone. Let me get up. Let me get up. But he's going to get a little break on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And I think, is that Cody Isaac? Nope. Kobe Tanioko will check into the lineup for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10, Bulldogs from their own 35, leading 21-6. Humphrey zigzags, and he picks up nice yardage, about 7 yards. He was just an ankle tackle away from breaking a big one.
And he is a strong young man. I mean, he can run over some people.
Well, he was a wrestler.
Yep.
He was a high school wrestler along with his brother. His dad, great wrestler for the Bulldogs. So 2nd and 4 now for Montana Western. Ball is on their 43-yard line.
Oh, that was planned, but he's going to be a little bit short.
Palandri, yeah, a little, as he was brought down by Max Prazer for the Mountaineers.
Now, is this a left foot mark? Yeah, no, it's a right foot mark, so it's a little shy than what I thought.
Left foot and right foot mark?
Yeah, sometimes the official comes out and he puts his left foot exactly where the ball is supposed to be. Sometimes it's the right foot.
So 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs.
Oh, somebody moved. Oh, guess not. Okay, there's the first down, though.
Humphrey gets the first down from, was it Humphrey or the quarterback keeper?
No, Humphrey.
Just underway in the 3rd quarter with the Bulldogs leading 21-6, and 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Ball marked on the Bulldog 47.
Tyler Exline in the middle of he's the defensive end.
Palandri, shotgun formation, back to pass.
Getting a lot of time. Kirkley is hit.
Oh, in and out of his hands.
Oh.
And we have an Eastern Oregon defender a little slow getting up.
And maybe not going to get up.
There, Kirkley was surrounded by 4 Mountaineer defenders.
And, of course, the Western trainer is right there. He's a little closer than the Eastern Oregon. Just put his hand on there, and I'll bet he said, "You just don't move, don't move."
You're talking, of course, about Zach McCarthy.
And he has been such a good trainer, athletic trainer for the Bulldogs.
He's got a national championship on his resume, too, as an athletic trainer.
So that's Josh Mendoza, and he is walking, although he's getting a little help from coaching staff. He's a 5'11", 180-pound graduate student from Watsonville, California.
I have no idea where Watson. Did you bring your atlas with you today?
I did not. Did I? No.
So 2nd and 10, Montana Western.
Kirkley in the slot.
Palandri hands off to Humphrey. Humphrey wiggles his way for about 4 or 5 yards. I think it's closer to 4 than to 5. So that will bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs.
You notice Luke Canillo was in there as an H-back. Shifted over to he's on the right-hand side again now. He is a big man. I think I could run. He's not that big.
Yeah, he's got speed.
Yeah.
Size and speed. That's why he's H-back, tight end, however you want to call it.
There he goes. And that pass out to Kirkley, and that'll be at about the 38-yard line. That should be a first down, don't you think?
Yes.
Again, real good pass coverage on the right-hand side, but here in the middle.
So Bulldogs move into Eastern Oregon territory now. They have the ball 1st and 10 on Eastern's 42-yard line, leading 21-6. 10:36 left to play.
Oh,
Third quarter.
No. Good block by Shipley.
Good defense by Eastern Oregon.
Yeah. That looked like Jaden Slive.
And Wesley McElwain. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10, Bulldogs. Palandri back to pass, and he avoids the blitz, and now he's looking for running room, and he finds it. He's pushed out of bounds, and I think he has the first down. I think he was pushed out at the 30.
That's Jake Humphrey with a good block, taking out the defensive back, and Palandri just ran off on the right side of that block for an extra about 12 yards.
And picked up the first down. A lot of people don't realize, they think a running back, all they do is run. A receiver, all they do is catch. But their responsibilities in blocking is just as important as their catching or running. 1st and 10, Bulldogs now on the eastern 28-yard line. Palandri, quick toss out to Norse. Norse pushed out of bounds.
I thought he had stepped over it and was gone, but he stepped out of bounds.
Only 1 yard pickup they're going to give him. So 2nd and 9 now for Montana Western. Humphrey remains in the backfield next to Palandri in shotgun formation. The receivers all out to the right.
And that
Handoff to Humphreys. Oh, he's got lots of running room. Breaks a couple of tackles, picks up a couple more yards. He hits that hole so fast, it's just like a burst of energy. Boom.
Jason Grant with the tackle again. Hey, Grant is just a sophomore. Going to see a lot of him playing here in Eastern Oregon.
So 3rd and a couple, we'll call it 3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs at the Eastern Oregon 20. 8:08 remaining, 3rd quarter. Palandri's going to do it on his own, and he jiggles and wiggles right through the middle of the defenders in front and picks up nice first down yardage.
He got a good block there from Hemley.
He had pretty good moves, too.
Yeah. And that was a designed play. He didn't have to run. He did it on purpose.
Shipley and Norse split out to the right. Nope. Now Kirkley is going out with Norse, and Shipley on the other side. He's the lone receiver to the left. Palandri back to pass. Shipley has a touchdown.
Are there any
I think.
penalty flags? I think you're right.
Dylan Shipley with a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
And that came from about the 19-yard line.
I'm seeing if Brett has a instant replay on that one. Okay. We're kind of we're her test subjects today on instant replay.
John Mears in for the PAT.
I'm not looking at anybody except the Youth Challenge kids.
I may have to send them a thank you.
Kick is up, and kick is no good.
Good. Absolutely no movement from the challenge.
Did it hit the it hit the goalpost, didn't it?
Looked like it.
Yeah, it hit the
upright.
goalpost. So our score, Montana Western 27, Eastern Oregon 6, 7:21 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And we'll be back with the kickoff after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at not the Stroud Gymnasium. I had basketball in mind. Do we have any volleyball updates?
Here, let me refresh it.
Well,
17 to 12 in the second.
Well, it appears that the Rocky Bears have a slight edge. They did 17 to 12 in the second set. Bulldogs took the first set 25-23. That's at the Frontier Conference Volleyball, and that's for the championship. Bulldogs beat MSU Northern and nationally ranked Montana Tech in the first couple of rounds and play Rocky. It's an exact replica of last year's national champion or conference championship game. Oh, this time the Bulldogs special team is ready, and they don't quite get what they had out of it, but we have another Mountaineer slow to get up, and I think that was after a block. He's helped off the field. Well, he's on his own power. He's only on his own power. So
Gabriel Shuckley from LeGrand. Eastern has about 2,500 students at the campus. That campus is about 110 acres. I think they say it's got 26 buildings there.
it's beautiful too.
I think it's
Lots of old buildings, and they've taken very, very good care of them. First and 10, Mountaineers, quick toss out. And quickly, he just scooted right by the Bulldog defenders and picked up nice first down yardage. Yep, they're going to mark him. I think he went out right at the first down marker.
driven out by Romeo Simpson. We don't get to talk about him too much, but he's a 5'10", 170-pound true freshman, as is Eli Norris. Young people on both the offense and the defense.
So first and 10 Mountaineers now. Glasper right under center. Handoff, and it goes nowhere to Anthony Peterson, the junior from Winnemucca.
Might get a yard or two.
They're not going to give him anything. But then again, now you got me thinking about right spot or left spot.
Winnemucca, Lowry High School.
Albert Lowry, to be exact. And I don't know who Albert Lowry is. Must have had something to do with Nevada history. Second down. Oh, chased out. Oh, nice play.
Patterson. That's Anthony Peterson, excuse me.
Glasper just waited till it almost hit, and then wide open was Anthony Peterson for a nice gain pickup of nearly 5 or 6, which makes it 3rd and 3.
And I see Kenai Leoa in. He's a freshman for the Bulldogs. 6'3", 250-pounder. He looks slim next to Tanner. Is Tanner going to be the public address announcement for?
He said he was, yeah, and he's got a little podcast too. We'll see how the spot is, if Peterson picked up the first down or not, and they're going to give him the first down. So nice front action by that offensive line of the Mountaineers. You know, Tim Camp was an all-conference lineman for Oregon State.
See, Harrell and Reese. Reese Arndt's out for the Bulldogs. Who's got the red shoes out there for the Bulldogs?
I'm waiting for the real fancy. Oh, here comes a little.
Oh, good catch.
Nice play by the Mountaineers.
Sam Larson from Bend, Oregon on the reception. 6'4", 230-pound sophomore.
Glasper hesitated just enough to bring the defenders in with him. First and 10 now, Mountaineers on the Bulldog side of the field. Here comes Glasper again. That one a little too outside of receiver.
That was to Reyes. In the coverage, I think that's also Romeo Simpson's side.
Maybe that play happened too fast. Because the plays are set up, they're supposed to be in a certain place, right?
I think
For the
so.
quarterback to throw to.
Well, if he's got pressure, he's going to throw the ball early.
2nd and 10 now for the Mountaineers. Ball marked right in front of us at about the 47-yard line.
Drew Reyes out here to the right, along with Isaac
Glasper
Peters.
chased out of the pocket, and the ball was intended for number 42 for the Mountaineers.
It's the kid from Estacada, Oregon, Raylan Rydell.
And the ball met him the same time a Bulldog defensive back was there.
I think that was Braden Smith.
So 3rd and 10 now for the Mountaineers at the Bulldog 47. Bulldogs lead 27-6. 4 minutes and some change left in the 3rd quarter.
And now trips to the right for Eastern Oregon.
Glasper back to pass. Good protection by the Mountaineer. Oh,
Ooh, hit him right in
Andre
the numbers.
Martinez. He had the first down and a bunch more yardage. You almost think that was one of those ones where he ran before he caught it.
Well, that was a great pass. Perfect. Hit him right in the numbers.
Right, is it good there? It's still flashing. Try it again.
Yeah, they're good.
Try your cord connections. Oh, 1 second. Okay. Let me know if it works.
He'll hit this on about the 42-yard line with the wind. Eli Norris fakes the first guy out. You know, when I was a punt returner, Coach Ash would say it's your job to get away from the first guy. We'll hope for everybody. The short guy will be trying to block the second man through, but you have to get away from the first guy. And I said, oh, thanks a bunch. You know,
We had some technical difficulties. Were we off for very long?
No.
Okay.
They could hear you the whole time. The camera was just flashing.
We had some video difficulties. Our microphones were fine. But, you know, Mike and I both have a face that's made for radio, so it's a good thing the camera's not on us. 3:53 remaining, and Bulldogs in the 3rd quarter. Oh, Curvin almost broke away, but great tackle there. And I want to see who this guy is. Brought down by 52 of the Mountaineers, and he was there.
That's Max Prazer.
Good job, Max. That was a great stop.
He snuck through somewhere.
Loss of almost 2 yards on that play, so it will be 2nd and 12 for the Bulldogs. They're in their own land at about the 20-yard line. Palandri back to pass now. Pass caught by Kirkley.
And they call it in. That's a first down.
So Kirkley, you know, we're going to have to ask Jack, Papa Jack, sometime about his football career.
Jack Kirkley, maybe one of the smartest professors up there, ornithologist, loved taking kids to Belize or Costa Rica to bird watch.
Palandri handoff to Curvin, and no room. The Mountaineer defense has really tightened up on their run defense. Well, you know, Kirkley, Jack, one thing that's also is he grades his science kids when they write their papers to use proper grammar and correct spelling. He said because if you're going to write a science paper, you want people to understand it. Palandri now in shotgun, Curvin to his left, 2nd and 10 Bulldogs. Palandri back to pass, chased out of the pocket. He's going to see how much yardage he can pick up on his own, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. I don't think it's going to be enough.
Oh, they did.
Oh, they did.
Oh. Max Prazer again.
I didn't think he had it, but
I didn't either.
1st and 10 Bulldogs on their side of the 50 at about the 47. A minute 45 left to play in the third quarter with the Bulldogs leading 27-6.
Matt Hare in for the Bulldogs. That's him moving, setting up on the left.
Handoff to Curvin, trying the outside, and he's caught from behind. It's going to be a loss of a couple of yards.
Looks like Blaine Shaw. He's a 6'1 senior from LeGrand. He came around all the way from the right side of the Bulldog line.
And Curvin dinged up a little bit. He comes limping off the field, and he's followed right away by Nate, the athletic trainer. So 2nd and 12 now for Montana Western.
I'm trying to figure out who the third running back is because, as we've said earlier, going full tilt, but that one's going to be intercepted.
So Eastern Oregon comes up with the pick, and that's one of those things we're talking about. He probably should have just thrown it to the person over there in the orange stocking hat on the sidelines.
Yeah, because that'll be at the 14-yard line about. They can't get the chain crew through the very happy Eastern Oregon football players. So again, because Pete Gibson is out, I'm trying to think about who is the third running back now, because if DJ is hurt.
So 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Bulldogs commit the first turnover of the game with a Palandri interception. Eastern Oregon see if they can make something happen as the third quarter fades.
So they do still have the Wendy to their back.
They tried something to the outside, and they picked up a little bit of yardage, not much. See how much they give them on the pickup. Well, they're not giving him anything. He was lucky to make it back to the line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd and 10 now from their own 14.
Number 29, that's A.J. Urich. He's a freshman from Billings. Oh, good.
Quick hit up the middle. And that's going to run out the third quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, it's Montana Western 27 and Eastern Oregon 6. Back with fourth quarter action on the Bulldog Sports Network.
The thing that I look forward to seeing is just the smile on everyone's faces the day it's done. And that doesn't matter, football, track, anybody on this campus, anybody in this town, the smile on people's faces is going to impact everyone. And it's going to bring new faces to the community, and a lot of people are going to have something to be proud of. And I'm really excited to see the smile on everyone's faces, including myself, my family, everyone that's been with me for my journey. I'm really excited for everyone to get to see this new built stadium that Bulldogs for generations are going to get to play on.
We're back at Vigilante Field. Brett just gave us an update on volleyball. The Rocky Mountain College Bears downed Western 25-20 in the second set, so that championship match is all tied up at a set apiece. Quincy Glasper now back to pass for the Mountaineers, and they're going to call pass interference on the Bulldogs, which will be an automatic first down. I think that was Cameron Rouser who was there just a wee bit early. So, and once again, as we talked about penalties, what's that, the second penalty on the Bulldogs?
Yeah, the other one was a motion penalty.
So, very clean game so far.
Yeah, it is Cameron Rouser, pass interference.
So it is 1st and 10, Eastern Oregon. Ball is marked at about the 21-22 yard line of the Mountaineers. Glasper back to pass, airs this one out, and just out of the outstretched hands of Malachi Spurrier.
See, he had that extra step, didn't he?
So 2nd and 10 now, Mountaineers. .52 remaining in our game, the last regular season game for the Bulldogs at Vigilante Field. This is also Senior Day, and a salute to the veterans, too. Oh, nice run right up the middle. And that was Peterson, Anthony Peterson from Winnemucca, Nevada, had the quick hitter up the middle, picked up about 5. So 3rd and 5 now.
And that was Reese Arntz on the tackle. I'll bet you the two of them know each other from Battle Mountain and Winnemucca, not that far apart.
We've had quite a few students over the years from Battle Mountain. 14-17 remaining. Eastern Oregon, 3rd and 5. Here comes the pass, and it's caught, and I don't think there's going to be enough for a first down.
Colton Kesey,
and they're going to give it to
reception.
him. They're going to give him the third. I thought he caught it behind. Our perception is a little wacky, it seems like, from where we are down to the field right now. 1st and 10 Mountaineers. See if they can make the turnover, turn it into points for the Mountaineers. They trail 21-6.
Well, Steve Visnoff from Dillon coached and taught at Battle Mountain for a long time. His sons are there now.
Oh, sacked by the Bulldogs.
Now there are a little hard feelings there, but that tackled by just who I was talking about, Reese Arntz.
Well, I think there was hard feelings only on one player because another Eastern Oregon player tapped Reese on the helmet, and I'm pretty sure he probably said, "Good job," because Reese just turned around and went back to the huddle. So 2nd and 14 after the sack for the Mountaineers. Glasper in shotgun position.
Yeah, blitz on the left-hand side there.
And here comes another blitz.
Got him from both sides, and he got away. Getting out of bounds, knocked out of bounds by Cameron Rouser, but he picked up, did he get
Good
it out
yard.
to about the 35-yard line?
I think he did, yeah.
34-yard line?
It was like you said, he was sandwiched by a couple of Bulldog defenders, but just kind of got his way out of it.
Yeah.
One little move that gave him maybe just that extra burst of power. So
Well, the linebacker out there, safety, he kind of gave it away. He came up to the line of scrimmage a little bit too fast. The running back knew he was coming, and he stepped over there to block him.
So 3rd and 8, Mountaineers. Oh, he caught it. Oh, nope. They're going to say he bounced it into his hands. Ball intended for Spurrier.
Malachi Spurrier he's got some speed as well. And
So, but there was an official standing right there, so he had a better view than anybody other than the players on the field.
Spurrier didn't argue quite that
No.
much.
So Mountaineer punts, so they don't convert on the Bulldog turnover. Almost blocked. It got a,
Get away from it, get away from it. It took a good bounce for Eastern Oregon.
Eli Norse out there yelled out at his teammate on the far side of the return team and said, move, move.
Yeah, you asked me if I'd intercepted anything. I did intercept, but I returned more punts. But I like the interception better because once you
still get hit, though.
You intercept the ball, and now you're running against guys who have been on the offense. If they were if they could tackle, they would be on defense.
Okay, that's logical thinking. So Bulldogs leading 27-6 with the ball and the wind at their back. Ball marked at the, is that the 20? 20-yard line?
Just shy of it.
Belandry back to pass.
Again, he has
Quick
lots
pass
of time.
out to, and this goes to the tight end, I think, Luke Kahananio. And that's the first time we've seen a pass to a tight end for a while.
And I would hate to be the one that had to step up and tackle him.
Well, he's 6'1", 265 pounds from Billings, Montana. Played high school football at Senior High School. So 2nd and 5 now for the Bulldogs from their own 25. Handoff up the middle to Humphreys, and not enough for the first down, or is he close? I'm going to quit saying that because I've been wrong every time I've said either he got it or didn't get it. But
first down.
So yeah, I think it's better just not to say anything. So 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
Okay, so here, Peyton Hoyt. He is the freshman running back, and he just replaced Jake Humphrey in the backfield.
Well, he's the one that played against against Lewis and Clark when they were rotating running backs.
Oh, and let's give it to him right away. And he takes it out over the about the 32-yard line. Some coaches say, well, I'm not going to give it to him right away. Other coaches say, let's get him involved, give him the ball, let him get hit, get the butterflies out, and he'll be fine.
So 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. On their own 32. Belandry, quarterback keeper, and Eastern was ready for that one. Only 1 or 2 yards on the pickup.
Too many guys in black uniforms still standing up after that play. Shipley going to the sideline.
So they're going to give him one play. So it is 3rd and 5. And Belandry takes a gander at the Eastern defense.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure who he was passing to on that one. Somebody didn't do what they were supposed to do. And that's going to bring Edward DeWart back on, the sophomore from Cutbank, to have the Bulldog second punt with the wind behind him.
Yeah, let's see how far this one goes. Okay, I'm giving a good grade to Peyton Hoyt. Not only did he rush the ball well, but he picked up that linebacker coming in on the blitz. He's from Tumwater, Washington. Oh,
Wide.
yeah, over his head. But that one, get it down. That one was a dazzler.
A superb punt by...
That came from the 28-yard line, so he was, I would say, on the 15 when he, well, about the 20 maybe. And it is blown dead where?
Do we have a flag?
7.
Oh, nope, we have a timeout. We have a timeout. So with...
Eastern plays in the Cascade Conference in all sports but football, where they are adjunct members of the Frontier Conference. And we talked about Eastern was a teacher school. In 1929, the Oregon legislature officially established the Eastern Oregon Normal School. The two-year teachers college graduated its first class the following year. And we have talked about the number of times Western's name has changed. Well, Eastern Oregon is no different. In 1939, the school was renamed the Eastern Oregon School of Education, and in 61, the school's name was slimmed down to Eastern Oregon College. In 1973, the powers thought more is better and rebranded the school Eastern Oregon State College. And then in 1997, Eastern's moniker was updated to Eastern Oregon University. How would you like to be changing the letterhead all the time for those?
Well, what does it say? It gets in the way of your budget. So Eastern Oregon, the ball tipped.
Again,
That was Tyler Walker, I think. I think that was
I think that was Amesback, Amesback.
It's time to bring out the field glasses.
Yeah, and that ball is right on the 5-yard line. So
No, that was actually Monson. Briar Monson in on that one. Oh!
Dangerous. That was a dangerous pass. Flat pass, and you're on the 5-yard line. Receiver is separated from the ball pretty quickly.
And that was Romeo Simpson on the hit on that.
Had that been a fumble and the Bulldogs maybe fall on it, that could have been ugly for Eastern Oregon.
So 3rd and 10 now.
Do we have a timeout on the field?
I think Eastern might have. Nope, we have an injured Eastern Oregon player.
Out there in the end zone.
Has the athletic training staff from Eastern Oregon gathered, and now the Eastern Oregon water person is walking over to see if any of the guys want a refresher.
Riley Martello has huddled up the Bulldog defense.
He's done a great job in his couple of years as a defensive coordinator for the Bulldogs. So Glasper's going to have to be very, very careful, as it's 3rd and 10 from his own 4-yard line. He's standing in the end zone right now. Back to pass. Chased out of the pocket. Now just wings it down there. And there's more black shirts than there are white shirts. And the ball is tipped out of ways, out of play.
Malachi Spurrier was the only receiver down there with 4 Bulldogs throwing into a little bit of traffic. But Spurrier turned out to be a pretty good defensive back there. He made sure nobody caught it.
So now the Mountaineers punting from their own end zone.
Did they?
They're calling
safety.
it. What did they say? He did what? Holding call on the Mountaineers in their own end zone.
Yep, so that's
So that bumps the Bulldogs score up to 29.
And it's a safety, and that means the Mountaineers have to free kick the ball back to the Bulldogs.
And they have their choice, right, between either punting or place kicking?
Yep, and I might just...
either or you got the wind in your face.
Yeah, so you want to keep it low. Don't let it get caught up there in the wind. And the Bulldogs just cover the ball. Maintain possession.
9 minutes exactly left to play, with the Bulldogs leading 29-6.
I remember my football coach asking me on a punt return, what is your responsibility? I said, I'm supposed to catch the ball. He goes, no, You're supposed to maintain possession for the team. You can catch the ball, you can run away from the ball, but we want the ball after it's done. I said, oh, coach, you didn't tell me that.
That's called logic, isn't it?
Yes. Which as a sophomore, apparently I had none of.
And things have changed.
Well,
You gave me the opening, and I took it.
with age comes wisdom. And 1 out of 2 was not bad for me.
And we're not talking about the wisdom part.
Kept it pretty low. Bounce it up.
Bounced up high.
Who is that? No- Oh, now they're going to call a penalty. Now
2
another
penalties.
one. That's Justin Munoz on the return.
3 flags down. One you can't see right in front of us here. Then there's 2 out in the field.
That one I don't know, but that one right there is a push in the back.
Yeah. Well, it was a nice return.
Yep. But they're all going to be on the same penalty. I think they're all being called on the same penalty.
Is that a 10-yarder or a 15-yarder?
Let's see. So they had the block in the back, but it was out here. And had they done that, then the penalty would have been from there. So they
Do you think
they refused that penalty and took the one further back that put the ball at the 30-yard line.
Do you think Coach Norse might have had some of his freshmen and stuff in there on special teams?
Oh yeah, he's doesn't have a lot of his starters in there.
Palandri back to pass. Oh, little outstretched for Eli Norse.
And he had settled down because he was open, didn't run hard. Might have been one step could have taken one more step, and that's a reception. But you know, wide receivers, they get inside now. They got 4 defenders around them, and they just kind of hunker down because they're open.
2nd and 10 now, Bulldogs.
You have Jake back in there?
I think so. Pass over the middle is caught for a Bulldog first down.
That's Cody Isaacson. Isn't it 80?
I think so, yeah.
He's a freshman from Moscow. Not Russia. Idaho. First down for the Bulldogs, and that takes them out to just beyond the 40.
Palandri hands off to Humphrey. Humphrey met by a whole bunch of Mountaineers led by Gabriel Shuckle. First off the bottom of the pile. And they're going to give him 3 on that one. So nice little first down carry. That's better than going either stopped at the line of scrimmage or picking up 1. Palandri back to pass again.
Got good pressure, but Eli Norris with the catch.
Oh, and Eli Norris makes one player miss
no, they're
and
gonna be-
another player, and we've got, it's going to be no touchdown.
Oh, Jake Humphrey with a block in the back, and up here, the second guy to miss Eli tried to trip him.
So they will offset, and you'll play it over again, right?
So,
Norse with a nice little nifty run, avoiding tackle after tackle.
what'd they say? Oh, they did. So
they're going to give him a first down, but not a touchdown.
Yeah, because the penalty against Eastern Oregon for tripping.
$7:10 remaining, and Humphrey, big carry with lots of yardage and another Bulldog first down.
Bulldogs knocking on the door here. We could have another score.
So Humphreys to the right of Palandri in the Bulldog backfield. And handoff to Humphreys. Oh, and he's going to run in untouched for a Bulldog touchdown. So that brings the score 35 Montana Western and 6 for Eastern Oregon.
Jake Humphrey, a 5'9", 180-pound redshirt freshman from Walla Walla, Washington.
So do these guys work when it's at the other end?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, you watch them and see.
Okay,
I'll watch this side.
Should have a, there came the T-shirt.
Mears back to attempt the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is
down.
good.
There's a flag down.
Well, we talked about how clean the game was without any penalties, and all of a sudden we've got a plethora of penalties. And I think it's offsides on Eastern Oregon, so we're going to wave it off, and the extra point is good. So with 6:34 left in the game, it is Montana Western 36 and Eastern Oregon 6. We'll be back with more action in the fourth quarter on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Vigilante Field. Bulldogs will kick off. We just had a nice little quick chat with one of the Bulldog coaches, the wide receiver coach, and he should be proud of his kids. They're playing spectacularly. Oh, Bulldogs ready for that one. They got smoked a couple of times in the first half with big returns, and they haven't allowed that in the second half. And the Mountaineers will take over, try and put some points on the board with 6:28 remaining.
The NAIA Football Championships Series has expanded from 16 teams to 20 teams this year. Conference champions receive an automatic bid. Right now, the Bulldogs and College of Idaho are tied atop the Frontier Conference, but the College of Idaho has the tiebreaker because of the win in the first game of the season.
And we'll take a break from that. Mike will be back because we can talk playoffs now, I think.
I think so.
Eastern Oregon, nice catch and pass. He broke a couple of tackles, but he couldn't get away from any of the Bulldog defenders. That was Malachi
Spurrier,
who was a nifty little receiver who has been kind of shut down today. So 2nd and 6 now for the Mountaineers.
This time he makes another catch and is finally brought down, but he's close to a first down.
Well, he had, it was almost like the little kid with his hand around the big brother's ankle. The Bulldog had him around the ankle but couldn't bring him down. And it's not enough for a first down. It is 3rd and about 1. 5:35 left to play.
Quick
Little pitch and toss, and that should be enough for the first down by probably 7 or 8 yards.
Anthony Peterson there from Winnemucca.
And I think Riley Martello has got his younger defensive players in the ball game right now. Well, I see Cameron Rouser. He's still in it.
Kellen Jones just went in for the Bulldogs, number 76. Oh, good pump fake. Good catch and good run.
And you got to tackle him. You can't let him go.
He just ducks under. That's Malachi Spurrier again.
So big power play by the Mountaineers. 4:45 left to play. Here comes another pass. This is just another quick out.
Oh, and a missed tackle.
So pass to the running back, and it's a nice carry, nice gain, almost 9 yards on it, 2nd and 1. Oh, and a fumble on the Mountaineers, but I think the running back, I think that was Peterson. I think he just fell right on it.
And now we've got a timeout. So we talk a little bit more about where NAIA football playoffs. The Championship Selection Committee determines the top 20 teams. Teams ranked 1 through 12 will receive a first round bye. The Bulldogs are right now number 8.
Number 10.
Number 10. The teams ranked 13 through 20 play opening round games at campus sites on Saturday, November 18th. That announcement will come tomorrow at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time via the NAIA YouTube channel. The link will be posted on the NAIA Twitter and Facebook pages. The selection committee will pair the first round winners with teams 1 through 12 with games at campus sites on Saturday, November 25th. The winners advance to the quarterfinal round, which will be on December 2nd, and the semifinals are December 9th, again at campus sites. The 68th annual NAIA Football National Championship will be December 18th, 2023 at the Durham County Memorial Stadium in Durham, North Carolina.
Okay, Mountaineers did pick up the first down on the fumble recovery.
And that's just the way they planned it.
1st and 10 Mountaineers. Ball is on the Bulldog 26.
Yeah, the quarterback got hit just as he was throwing. Good coverage. That intended for Drew Reyes.
So up front, they still have Bulldog starters on the front line.
And Cameron Rouser and Smith are also still in there, aren't they?
I think so. So 2nd and 10 now for the Mountaineers. Glasper back to pass.
He has time and a good catch. Going sideways, though. Again, that's number 12, Drew Reyes.
And he picked up the first down, so the Mountaineers on the move with 3:42 left to play. Glasper chased out of the pocket, looking for somewhere to go. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to score. So Glasper on the quarterback keeper.
I don't think he's in.
Oh.
Yeah, he's down to about the 4-yard line, maybe.
It looked like he just went around and ran right in front of the G for goal.
And that is way back off the line of scrimmage, so.
So he got pushed out. He went out sooner than I thought. 3:05 as the clock continues to move.
No turnovers in this game except for the interception, and could have been a fumble right there.
Glasper back to pass.
Oh, he took it out of his hands. He must have been down when.
Well, you've got to admire initiative.
Yeah. If he did catch it, then should have been able to take it out of his hands. If he didn't catch it, and I guess he didn't catch it.
So 3rd and goal for the Mountaineers.
We're going to stopping the clock.
2:25 remaining.
This is very disheartening for the Mountaineers if they don't score here. And we're going to have a timeout now. The series with Eastern Oregon began on September 7th, 2002 in La Grande, Oregon. The Bulldogs won 24-21, but it has been Eastern that has controlled the series. They've won 18 games. The Bulldogs have won 13. The Bulldogs have won the last 3 straight over the Mountaineers, including a season-opening 31-14 victory this year in La Grande.
3rd and goal. Glasper in shotgun. He rolls out to his left, looking for an open receiver, and just throws it.
Oh.
And he threw it to no one. That photographer in the far side, or the ball boy with the fluorescent vest, was the closest one to catching that ball, and he had his hands up.
I guess he's outside the tackles, but boy, he threw that to no one. Well, he avoided throwing an interception, so that's smart move.
So 4th and goal, Mountaineers.
And they've got Jonah Blackman, a 6'4" wide receiver, out to the right. Maybe they'll just throw it up.
Glasper, and they throw it to him, and I think he falls into the end zone for a touchdown. So the Mountaineers finally get on the board with a touchdown. 36-12 the score.
This could be the end of a very tough season for Eastern Oregon.
And it looks like they're going for 2.
We just heard an announcement that Rocky Mountain College won the 3rd set in the Frontier Conference Championship, so they lead 2-1 in the best of 5.
Glasper, they're doing a little reverse, a little trickery, and they're stopped.
Yeah. Malachi Spurrier on the reverse, and so the 2-point extra point try is no good. The Bulldogs will get the ball back.
Cole Hogan with the stop for the Bulldogs on that.
We've called Hogan's name a few times today.
Wonder if he's related to the Hogans that, like Jim Hogan and
Mike Hogan. that
Mike
used to coach
Hogan.
here.
Yeah.
I think I last saw Mike Hogan in Nevada. First year I was down there, this guy came and talked to me at a coaches conference, and I thought, this big guy's going to beat me up. And he says, I know you from somewhere. And, of course, it was Mike. Jim had gone to Carroll and was an assistant coach up there for many years.
He continues to work at Carroll. He's the strength coach for the Saints.
And his wife was a math instructor.
And she was the very first wellness very first wellness director Montana Western ever had. 2:25 remaining in our ball game, with the Bulldogs leading 36-12. Ooh.
Oh, we have just been informed that Southern Oregon leads the College of Idaho 21-9. And of course, that game is at Southern.
We talked about that earlier today about
21-7.
Oh, 21-7.
So the score is 21-7, though. But a win by Southern Idaho would give the Frontier Conference Championship outright to the Bulldogs with the 9-1 record.
And I look at the score from the very first game between Eastern and Montana Western. I believe the final was 35-14 to open the year.
Oh, he's got a great cutback, yeah.
So nice return by the Bulldogs. And who did you see who was on the return of that? I think it was number 80 for the Bulldogs.
I think it was. I was thinking 82, but 82 is.
It could be. Both of them are listed as return specialists.
So we do have some different wide receivers in there for the Bulldogs. Number 19, Isaiah Thomas. We've talked about him a few times. He is wide to the right.
But we're going to run the ball.
Yeah, we got a new quarterback. And a great tackle in there, and that is Jose Medina.
We have Caden Jenks, the transfer from Weber State.
And we've got a timeout here on the field, so
we're gonna turn it over to Brett, and we'll be back with the final minutes of this Frontier Conference football game on the Bulldog Sports Network right after this.
Montana Western, our flexible schedule and focus on learning through experience are just right for your world today. Experience One, where you take one course at a time for 18 days and then move on to your next course, is designed to work for you, whether you plan to come to campus, want to stay close to home, or if you need to earn your degree while working or raising a family. And Montana Western is the most affordable university in Montana. Experience the difference, only at University of Montana Western.
We're back at Vigilante Field. Second and 11, for the Bulldogs. Jenks back to pass, and he hits Kobe Tanioka. Picked up of about, we'll call it 5 or 6, well, I guess 6, because it's 3rd and 5, but it was 2nd and 11. 1:48 on the clock.
and the shadows are getting long out there, so that sun's dipping down. Get this game over before it gets cold.
Jenks back to pass. Oh, and it's intercepted.
It is, yes.
Coming up with the pick for the Mountaineers.
Wesley McElwain from East Wenatchee.
That's Dennis Gibson country.
We'll see Patty and Dennis this next spring. As she is going to be inducted into the Academic Hall of Fame. Her husband is already a member of the Athletic Hall of Fame.
And the academic.
Academic, after all the work he's done.
1:22 remaining.
We have a new quarterback for Eastern Oregon.
And he's
brought
sacked.
down right away. That's Luke Ross. He's a redshirt senior from Sumner, Washington.
And I believe that is Munson. 90.
And we're going to have a timeout. 90 is Reese Arntz.
It was 90 or 91. They got up too fast.
Well, we can trust the team of experts at Beaverhead Motors to help with all our Chevrolet needs. Beaverhead Motors in Dillon is the official Red Zone sponsor for your Montana Western Bulldogs. I'm going to see them tomorrow, or not, on Monday, because my pickup needs an alignment. And I could have done it in Butte, but I could take it to Beaverhead Motors and then walk back to work. Or if I'm really lazy, I could just sit there and wait.
Or call somebody and say, could you give me a ride back? Okay, 2nd and 10 for the Mountaineers. Here comes, nice
pass.
catch. Not quite good enough for a first down, but pickup of some nice yardage.
That's Jonah Lujiscu Blackham out of Boise, Idaho.
They just said go ahead and just go Jonah Blackham.
Okay. Ross with the long hair. You know, if I had hair like that, I'd have hair like that. I would love to have a mane like that. So we do have a lot of new players in for the Bulldogs. Kellen Jones is a redshirt junior out of Stevensville.
Clock down to 40 seconds. And he's hit right when he throws it.
I think that's a great catch. Oh, yeah, Drew Reyes.
He caught as he was hitting the ground. So that's another first down to 33 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, he's got young defensive linemen in there, but he's got Braden Smith. So Braden is kind of directing the team. He'd be a fine on-field coach.
Ross back to pass again. And intercepted by the Bulldogs.
Oh, do we have a... That is A.J. Ulrichs, defensive back out of Billings, Montana.
And he just stepped right in front of the throw.
And took it right out of the guy's hands.
So I think this is kneel down time. 27 seconds, all the time left.
Well, Wally, we'll have to wait for tomorrow's announcements, see the fate of the Bulldogs, but I've got to believe they are in the playoffs. And with any luck, Southern Oregon will hold on and beat the College of Idaho, and that would give the outright championship of the Frontier Conference to the Montana Western Bulldogs. When was the last time they had an outright championship?
I think you got to go back to 95.
Yeah. They've shared it a couple times.
Bulldog win. Final score is Montana Western 36 and Eastern Oregon 12. We'll be back with some stats and some quick wrap-ups, and we'll do it after these messages on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hey, that
thing that I look forward to seeing is just the smile on everyone's faces the day it's done. And that doesn't matter, football, track, anybody on this campus, anybody in this town, the smile on people's faces is going to impact everyone. And it's going to bring new faces to the community, and a lot of people are going to have something to be proud of. And I'm really excited to see the smile on everyone's faces, including myself, my family, everyone that's been with me for my journey. I'm really excited for everyone to get to see this new built stadium that Bulldogs for generations are going to get to play on.
All right, we're back here at Vigilante Field. Final score, Montana Western 36, Eastern Oregon 12. And the Bulldogs, it looks like we're going to have at least a co-championship here. And if Southern Oregon can continue its lead over College of Idaho, we'd have the outright Frontier Conference Championship. So the first downs, the Bulldogs had 21, Bulldogs had 21, Eastern Oregon had 21. Didn't come out right. 153 yards rushing for the Bulldogs, just 55 for the Mountaineers. They had 242 yards on the passing, and the Bulldogs had 287. I can hardly read this stuff. Michael Palandri was 21 of 31 for 282 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he threw 1 interception. Quincy Glasper was 21 of 43 for 208 yards for a touchdown, but he had no interceptions. Rushing, the lead rusher was Jake Humphrey for the Bulldogs. He had 104. Michael Palandri had 40, and DJ Gervin, who was injured, had 11. For the Mountaineers, they were led by Anthony Peterson, who had 64 yards, including a 38-yard burst up the middle. And really, other than that, the Mountaineers didn't handle things, didn't rush very well. For the Bulldogs, Eli Norris had 6 receptions for 110 yards and a touchdown, a 66-yard touchdown. John Kirkley had 9 receptions for 94 yards. His long was 24 yards. And then Dylan Shipley had 5 receptions for 71 yards, and he had the second touchdown for the Bulldogs. For Eastern Oregon, they were led in rushing by receiving by Malachi Spurrier. He had 8 of 60 for 65 and a touchdown, the only touchdown the Mountaineers scored. And then Walker Camp had 2 receptions for 33 yards. Drew Reyes had 2 for 28 yards. Anthony Peterson had 5 for 34 yards. They were the top receivers. Ethan Coulter had 2 field goal attempts, got 6 points. John Mears was 4 of 5 for the PATs, so he had 4 points. Cutler was also the leading punter. He punted 5 times for 229 yards, an average about 45, almost 46 yards a punt. Eddie Dwart punted twice, both times with the wind. He had an average of about 50 yards, and he had a 63-yard one. That was the long one. Kick return, the Bulldogs had 3 for 64 yards, and the Mountaineers had 4 for 106 yards. Tackles, I'll tell you, we saw some outstanding defensive players for Eastern Oregon. Jason Grant had 12. Max Praser had 9 tackles. And it looks like Josh Mendoza had 6. Blaine Shaw had 7 for the Mountaineers. The Bulldogs were led in the tackling by 2 guys who had 8 apiece, Braden Smith and Aiden Prado. Keegan Mulfich had 6, and A.J. Ulrich and Cole Hogan had 5 apiece, and of course A.J. had the interception at the end of the ball game. So, the Bulldogs will end the regular season with a victory, and now we await the decision of the committee about the playoffs.
Okay, well, that's going to wrap things up from Vigilante Field. We'd say we won't be the last time we're at Vigilante Field. That's the thing we'll have to wait and find out for sure. But once again, our final score, Montana Western 36 and Eastern Oregon 12. For myself, Wally Felt, Mike Miller, and Brett Wiebe, we thank you on the Bulldog Sports Network, and we'll see you next time.